Hey, teacher friends, welcome to our free webinar today, all about cross-curricular fun for March. I am so excited to have you here today. I hope you guys can hear me okay. So welcome. I am so excited to be here. My name is Kara Rickman. I am the founder of Create Your Balance with Literacy. Hey, Melissa, so glad you're here. Hey, Tamara, so glad you're here. So hop on in and tell us where you're from. Let me fix my green screen just a second. Tell us where you're from and tell us what grade you teach and how long you've been teaching. That would be awesome. So I can't wait to share with you all of my cross-curricular fun for March today for reading, writing, social studies, art, math, and science. So if you are not on my newsletter, I would really encourage you to sign up on my newsletter because I give out a newsletter every Sunday morning, and it has a freebie. It has a BOGO, which is buy one, get one free. It has a dollar deal. It has a blog post of the week, podcast episode of the week, a YouTube video of the week, a tip of the week, and upcoming webinar information. So I will be giving you guys a link in the comments in a little bit to sign up on my email list if you're interested. And I would love for you guys to get all of these fantastic things every Sunday. So let's see, Melissa says, first grade taught for 27 years. Awesome. Welcome. Tamara says, greetings from South Bend, Indiana, in second grade. Awesome. That is so awesome, guys. So thank you so much for joining me. So stay tuned for later in March because we're going to have another cross-curricular fun for April. I always give one each month, so you guys probably already know this, but later in March will be all about Patricia Polacco author study, about Easter, Earth Day, endangered animals, rainforests, life cycles, plants, and insects. I got a ton of great things to share with you all about April, okay? Hey, Jelaine, so glad you're here. So stay tuned for that free webinar. So if you're commenting today, you could win these free resources. So I have 4 of them that you can choose from, okay? So you can win the Texas Animals Research and Writing if you're from Texas. This is all about all the Texas animals and researching the different animals and making lap books. If you're familiar with my lap books, I'm going to show you what that looks like later. Or you could win How to Catch a Leprechaun, Procedural Writing and Craftivity. That would be awesome. You can write about how to catch a leprechaun, either a girl or a boy. I have both of them. Or you could win the Let's Write About Texas Symbols, which has the Texas flag, the Alamo, the mockingbird, the bluebonnet. So they can write it. It's a writing craftivity all about Texas symbols. Or you could win my St. Patrick's Day Writing Center. Okay, I'm so excited about this. I have a monthly holiday writing center that I always put up every month, and so St. Patrick's Day is one of my favorites. And so I'm going to share with you what that looks like in a little bit, and maybe if I call your name, if you're commenting and I call your name, then you could win one of these free resources. Okay. So, hey Jill, I'm so glad you're here. Hey Mom, I'm so glad you're here. So we have some second grade teachers, we have some first grade teachers, we have some kindergarten teachers watching. That is awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and pick the first winner today. And it's going to be Melissa Kodlowick. Yay, Melissa. Awesome. So Melissa, you can tell me which resource that you would like to win today. Okay. That is exciting. Congratulations, Melissa. All right, so if you love what I'm sharing with you today and you want more, stay tuned to the end because you could have a chance to join my Cross-Curricular Connections membership subscription where all of these lessons that I'm sharing with you today are already made for you. Okay, so if you're struggling to get your lesson plans done, you're struggling to have a balance. I think every teacher struggles with balancing teacher life and their family life, personal life, and it's very, very hard to find a balance. So if you are struggling with that, I already have everything laid out for you with objectives, with lesson plans, suggested mentor text, anchor charts, interactive notebooks. So you can take back your weekends and your evenings for your family, okay? So stay tuned to the end. I have a special offer for you guys. So units for March, these are only suggestions. You do not have to do all of these in March, okay? But these are what I like to do, okay? Now, I don't spend the whole month on each of these, okay? You might spend a week or you might spend a couple of days depending on what it is, okay? So if you live in Texas, if you teach in Texas, you can definitely do Texas symbols. You can do Texas animal research. You can do an author study about Gail Gibbons. You can use Gail Gibbons to front load all of your read alouds because she has a lot of really great books that are all about farm, cowboys, monarch butterflies, frogs and toads, farm, and all the different Texas things that you're going to need, okay? You can also do 120th day celebration because in our school district, our 120th day is in early March, okay? And so we have a Texas themed day that we like to do with the kids. You could do a farm unit, which is really fun, all about farm. There's a lot of great mentor text you can read with farms. St. Patrick's Day is March 17th. If you do not have spring break during that time, you can always do St. Patrick's Day before spring break or after spring break if you want to, okay? You can do a Dr. Seuss week for Read Across America. You can do procedural writing. Procedural writing is so fun. So fun. I have tons and tons of great resources for you guys to look at. And then, of course, you can do Reader's Theater if your scope and sequence calls for traditional literature or folk tales, fairy tales. Okay, so those are some different examples. This is an example of what I do for my slideshow. A lot of teachers are going the slideshow route nowadays, so going more digital, which is great. And so on my smartboard, I have made slides. These are my slides for March. I'm not going to use them just yet, but I'm going to start using them next week. And so each slide has a title at the top. And so you can see this one has morning meeting. So inside of the slide, I will put a picture, I will put an anchor chart, I will put my interactive notebook, whatever the skill is that we are doing. And inside of this box here at the bottom, I always put my objective. Okay, so my objectives are on my wall behind my teacher chair, and they're also on my smartboard. And so when our admin comes in, they want us to be telling the kids our objectives for rigor and relevance. So it's always on my slideshow. We always refer back to it. This one's Writer's Workshop. For Writer's Workshop, again, I will put the mentor text that we're reading. I'll put the anchor chart and the objective. Here's Reader's Workshop. Here's Focus Poetry. Here's Math Workshop. Here's Science. Same thing for those. I have Fahrenheit Friday, which is on Fridays when we do a science experiment. So I'll put a picture of the experiment on here. I'll put the read aloud, mentor text, and then for social studies, same thing, mentor text, anchor chart, interactive notebook. So you can see the pattern that I like to do, how I like to teach. So those are my slides that I like to do for March. And comment in the comments below and tell me how you like to do your slideshow. Do you like to do your slideshow on the Google Docs? Do you like to use PowerPoint? Tell us how you do your slideshow. Does your team do a team slideshow where everybody is doing the same slide? Or do you have the freedom to adjust your slides to fit your teaching style? So my team, we each have a slideshow, but we always use our own, okay? This is an example of an author study for Dr. Seuss. I just took some pictures and copied them off the internet. You can put a picture of Dr. Seuss and then copy some colored pages, the covers of his books. So like Cat in the Hat or The Lorax or Horton Hears a Who or whatever. And then you can have a shelf of all of his books that the kids can read underneath your author study. I do an author study every month, and every month it changes to a new author. You can do a Dr. Seuss week. This was from a couple years ago, but I used it again because it was really, really good. So on Monday, you can do, if you're doing a Dr. Seuss theme for Read Across America, you can do One Fish, Two Fish, wear something red or blue. For Tuesday, you can read The Cat in the Hat. You can wear stripes, your favorite hat. For Wednesday, you can do Wacky Wednesday, of course. Get wacky, wear your clothes backwards, inside out, or mismatch. For Thursday, you can wear green eggs and ham and wear something green. And then Friday, you can read the sleep book, and you can dress in your pajamas. How great is that? Okay. So that's some examples of what you could do for Read Across America. Let's see. Melissa says, I never have done a slideshow, but I'm seeing people starting to use it. Yeah, Melissa, it's a good way to keep me accountable, and it's a good way to keep our objectives up there all the time, so I can frequently refer back to them during our lesson. And then I also link all of the YouTube videos on my slideshow. So all I got to do is just click on a picture. I do a screenshot of the book, and I put the link on the picture of the book, and I click on it, and it takes me straight to the YouTube. I don't have to search for it in the toolbar at the top. It's so easy. If I'm watching a video from our curriculum, like we use HMH for science, or we use Eureka Math, so I will also link the video of the lesson if there's a specific lesson or a specific video. I will also do a Screencastify, and I will copy the video on Screencastify, and I will link and share the link onto my slideshow. It's so easy. I love it. Okay. Let's see. Tamara says, I do PowerPoint slides. We also work as a team and borrow slides from each other. Yay, that's great, Tamara. That is awesome. Here is some examples of a cat in the hat picture that you can make, or a project with cat in the hat. You can go over rhyming words and have the kids write rhyming words and write labels around the cat in the hat. That's really, really fun. So TPT is really, really strict about us doing copyright with Dr. Seuss. So unfortunately, I don't have any Dr. Seuss resources because it's copyrighted. So you guys just use your imagination, okay? And I know you have lots of that. So if you want to do Gail Gibbons, like I said, Gail Gibbons has a lot of great, great mentor text for March. She has farming, she has horses, chicks and chickens, monarch butterflies, pigs, Yippee-Yay, which is a book about cowboys and cowgirls, the milk makers, and St. Patrick's Day. These are great for March. If you're teaching in Texas and you want to do Texas animals, or you want to do a farm unit, she's got perfect books for farm unit or St. Patrick's Day. These are some lap books that are all about chickens and all about monarch butterflies. So let me explain to you what my lap book is. The lap book is a folder. It's a manila folder. It's not really manila, but it's a colored folder. So on Amazon, you can get colored folders that come in a box. They come in about 50 or 100. And you can get any color you want to. Red, blue, purple, yellow, anything. So I kind of go with the color of the month. And so I order a box of colored folders. And then they will decorate the cover according to whatever research project we are doing. And so they decorate the cover. And then they are going to, any template that we do inside of the lap book, I staple it inside of there. So you could do a life cycle page. You can do you can do all about monarch butterflies, and then they can write a story about it. You can do monarchs can have an R. You can do labels. They can label the parts of the animal. So every single template goes inside there, and I staple it. Okay, so that's really, really fun. And anything that you see, you can click on the picture. It'll take you straight to the resource in my TPT store. So I'm going to upload all of this into our Facebook group at the end. And then you guys can click on it. It's free. So these are some interactive notebooks for monarch butterflies. Butterflies can have an R. Parts of a monarch butterfly, you can have them color the different parts, the antenna, the head, the abdomen, the thorax, the wings, and then they glue them onto the parts of the butterfly. Here's one about chickens. Chickens can have an R. And then here's one about the chicken life cycle, which is really fun. All right, so if you are teaching in Texas, these are some great Texas mentor texts for March. You can read L is for Lone Star, Bluebonnet at the Alamo, The Lonesome Star, The Legend of the Indian Paintbrush, The Legend of the Bluebonnet. T is for Texas, Hello Texas, The Armadillo Rodeo, and Texas Y'all. Okay, and this is my Texas Theme Center. I have pictures of the different Texas symbols that I put on the bulletin board. And then I have trinkets, and I have books, I have puzzles, I have soldiers from the Alamo, I have an Alamo display, I have a coonskin cap, I have a puzzle of Texas, I have felt board characters, puppets, all different kinds of things that resemble, and you can do this for any state, whether you live in Alabama or Georgia or Florida, anything, or Colorado. You can do this for any of your states, so they can, the kids can understand your Texas, your state symbols and your state animals, and just have some fun things about your state that the kids can learn. So my theme center switches between science for 2 weeks and then social studies for 2 weeks, depending on the thematic unit that I'm doing that goes with our Texas standards, which is our TEKS. And so I'm going to be ready to do Texas starting next week, not this coming week, but the following week. These are some writing craftivities you can do for Texas. You can have them make the state, whatever state that you're in. You can have them make the rivers with the rivers and the borders with the yarn. You want to have them make that with the state capital with a gold star. And then you can have them label the rivers and then label the famous cities in your state. You can do armadillo rodeo. You can have them make an armadillo and then write first, then next, last about the story. You can use the little macaroni pasta. Then you can have them glue them onto the armadillo, make it a little 3D. You can make an Alamo if you're a Texas teacher, and you can have them decorate the Alamo with different colored beans. I have them use the kidney beans and lima beans, and then we make a pattern around the Alamo, and then we write a story about it. That's really fun. You could have them write beginning, middle, and end of the legend of the Indian paintbrush and the legend of the bluebonnet. So here's some craftivities for those two. And then you could have them do a watercolor. They love to do watercolor. Have them color a sunset with their watercolors and then make silhouettes of a windmill and some cowboys. And then they could write a story about once upon a time a cowboy named Tex, and then they could write a story about their cowboy. So that can be a really fun thing to do for Texas. I also have interactive notebooks for Texas. Who is Sam Houston? They can write about different facts about Sam Houston. They can write about how to make chili. So chili is really fun to make. You can make chili in your crock pot. And I have a really fun craftivity that I'm going to show you in just a minute. Texas natural resources. We have, of course, hay, cattle, oil, pecans that they can write about. And then, of course, armadillo rodeo, beginning, middle, and end. These are just examples. You can click on the pictures. They're all in my Texas unit called Texas Our Texas. This is a research book of Texas symbols. So what I typically do is I like to do a different symbol each day for social studies. So we read, one day we might read about the state of Texas. The second day we'll read about the bluebonnet. And then the third day might be the pecan tree. The fourth day might be the Alamo. And then they have a Texas booklet that they write about with table of contents. So they write all the different symbols in the front of the book. I have these different signs that they use. We use on my pocket chart so they can see the different symbols. And then at the end of the book, they have my favorite Texas symbol is, they color a picture, and then all about the author at the end. So you can click on this picture. It'll take you straight to the resource if you want to look at it. Investigations for Texas. I like doing the oil and the water in a jar. This is my experiment interactive notebook. So they're going to draw the water in the jar first. And then what's going to happen, we're going to do prediction of what's going to happen when the oil is mixed with the water. And they always say that the oil is going to sink and the water is going to float, but that is not the case. So it's interesting to see their expression whenever they watch what happens with the oil and the water. So then they draw a picture of before and after. They label the oil, they label the water. And then I have another paper that has questions. If you teach second grade, they're going to observe the 3 jars of liquid. Which do you think is inside of the 3 jars? You can have different jars of oil. You can have crude oil. You can have motor oil. You can have vegetable oil. What do you think will happen when you mix the oil and the water together? They're going to make a prediction. Observe the separating of the oil and the water. Which one was on the top and which one was on the bottom? Why is the oil on the top and the water on the bottom? And then illustrate a picture of the water and the oil together. And then you can talk about spindle top, or you can talk about oil rigs in your state. So in Texas, we have certain Texas animals. We have the monarch butterfly. So Gail Gibbons has a great story about that. We have the armadillo. We have the horned lizard. We have the Mexican free-tailed bat. We have the mockingbird. We have the longhorn. We have the Texas toad. And we have the Guadalupe bass. So these are some great stories you can read for your mentor text. Hey, Alla, I'm so glad you're here. She's from Hillsboro, Oregon. Awesome. So glad to have you here, Alla. Research lap books for Texas animals. These are my lap books that you can have the kids make. Now, when I do this, I have them choose an animal. I do not tell them which animal that they want to do, because I feel like the more choices that they get, the better motivated they're going to do their work and the better they're going to research. And so you'd be surprised, like you would think, oh, everyone's going to do the butterfly, everyone's going to do the mockingbird. But actually, no. I mean, a lot of kids like to do the armadillo and they like to do the bat. So it just depends on what their interests are. But I feel like if they choose their own animal, and you could do this with any state. Take all your animals from your state and have them choose an animal, the reptile or the fish or the mammal or the bird, and then they can do their lap book. So in this resource, I have my animal research report. They're going to write their Texas animal right here. They're going to write its diet, its habitat, what state does it live in. This animal has fur, feathers, scales, or wings. This animal is a reptile, mammal, bird, or fish. How long can it live? Who are its predators? They're going to color their habitat and then draw the animal. So I use Seesaw for this, and if you're familiar with Seesaw, I have there's a post that you can make it an assignment in Seesaw where you can record different things. And so what I do is I make a post of every single animal. They click on which animal that they want to listen to, and they can listen to my voice, and I am narrating a story about the animal. And I have fun facts that I've written for each animal in this resource. And so all I'm doing is I'm just reading the fun facts that they can listen to, because I have some kids that cannot read these fun facts yet. Most of them can, but some cannot. So they can listen to my voice, and then they can write down some facts about their animals. They can do the can, have, and are of all about their animal. They can label the parts of their animal. And then at the very, very end, we write a story. So they're going to use all of their facts that they researched, whether they read or they listened to or they watched a video, and then they're going to write a story about their animal. I also have these vocabulary cards, which have mammals, birds, insects, reptiles. So, and I have a list of each animal, like what they have. So, for example, mammals, they have hair, they have babies, they drink milk, they're warm-blooded, they live on land. And then I have the life cycle of each one. So here's the longhorn, here's the bat, here's the butterfly, and the toad. So, and I have all the animals in this resource. It's really, really fun. So we're going to move on to St. Patrick's Day. St. Patrick's Day is so fun. You can read St. Patrick's Day by Gail Gibbons. You can read The Luckiest St. Patrick's Day Ever, St. Patrick's Day in the Morning, Pete the Cat, The Great Leprechaun Chase, 10 Lucky Leprechauns, There Was an Old Lady Who Swallowed a Clover, Jamie O'Rourke and the Big Potato, How to Catch a Leprechaun, and Clever Tom and the Leprechaun. So I like to talk in an Irish accent when I read these books. Now, I'm not going to do that for y'all because I know that it's not very good, but I like to try to read in an Irish accent, and they love it. These are some craftivities that you can do for St. Patrick's Day. You can read How to Catch a Leprechaun, and they can actually write about how to catch a leprechaun. They can do a girl or a boy. And so I have different templates that they can use. I'll be using first, then, next, and last. They're going to write the procedure about how they caught their leprechaun, draw the pictures, write the sentences. They can write about their supplies, materials that they need. And then they can take that information and then they can write their final draft. Okay, so I have different templates they can choose from. And actually, this is one of the resources that you can choose from if you won today. This one right here at the top. They can write about how, if I had a pot of gold. This is really fun. This is a pot of gold, and then you can take those colored sticker circles, those dot stickers, and they can make a rainbow with their colored dot stickers. That's really, really fun. Then you can have them make a pot of gold. And if you're doing money right now or talking about coins, currency, then they can choose how much money they want to make to put in their pot of gold, and then they can color the coins, and then they can glue them on top of their pot of gold and write about how much it is, how much it was. Interactive notebooks for St. Patrick's Day. So this is an example of how my interactive notebooks look like. I have the vocabulary card, the skill card on the left side for the teacher side. On the right side, I have the student work. So in their interactive notebook, I like to shrink down my anchor charts, and I like to have the kids glue them in their notebook on the left side for the teacher side. On the right side, I have them glue the interactive notebook that they completed themselves. This one is about how to catch a leprechaun, and they're writing different adjectives about the leprechaun. Here is a sequence of events: first, then, next, last, and finally. Here's an inferencing page. They're going to write I wonder questions before the story. And then their how to catch a leprechaun materials and supplies. Here is their procedural writing. And then this is my awesome St. Patrick's Day Lucky Writing Center. I just love this. This is so fun. I switch this out every month. And so I have these different templates that they can choose from. I can write a poem. So here's the poem. I can write a how-to story. So I have how to catch a leprechaun. Here's my title. What can I write about? I'm so lucky. And then I can write a letter. Here's a leprechaun. Dear leprechaun. They're going to write to a leprechaun. I can write a list. And so they're going to write a list to about different St. Patrick's Day words. I can write a postcard. And then they're going to write a card. Here's a St. Patrick's Day card. I can write a sticker story, so they can choose 5 stickers from my drawer. I have leprechaun stickers, and then they can choose 5 stickers to write about their sticker story. And then this one is I can write a shape book. I can write a shape book. So I have a pot of gold. I have a shamrock. And so they can choose which shape book they want to color and write about. And so I have this plastic clear divider right here at the bottom, and I have all the templates right there they can choose from. And then I have these drawers, and I have Post-it notes that are St. Patrick's themed. I have stickers that are St. Patrick's themed, and then I have the greeting cards that are St. Patrick's Day themed. And I have this black cauldron at the top here, the pot of gold, and inside of that pot I would put St. Patrick's Day pins or pencils for them to use. So like I said, I switch this out every month. And they love the Writing Center. It's actually one of their favorites. So this is actually one of the resources that you can win today if I call your name. All right, moving on to mentor text for folk tales. So if your scope and sequence calls for folk tales, traditional literature right now, then you could read Goldilocks and Three Bears, Little Red Riding Hood, The Little Red Hen, The Gingerbread Man, The Three Little Pigs, and The Three Billy Goats Gruff. Now, I chose these folk tales for a reason, because I have Reader's Theater scripts and hats and puppets for each of these books. Okay, so here's my Goldilocks, and if you notice my little people that I have on here, my daughters Kennedy and Presley are my models, and so I always use them as models here. So here's Goldilocks, here is Papa Bear, here is the Big Bad Wolf, here is the First Little Pig. Here's the grandmother for the gingerbread man, and here's the gingerbread man here. So I've got puppets, and I have hats. Here are the puppets that you can put on the popsicle sticks. So they can make a puppet, and then they can use their puppet while they're reading their script. Here is the script for Little Red Hen. And so this is all for first grade, but you can also use it for second grade as well if you are a second grade teacher. So first and second grade. And then Goldilocks and Three Bears, here's the script for that one. And so what I typically do is when I have a small group reading time, we practice our scripts during our small group reading time. So that's really, really fun. All right, we're going to go ahead and do a second winner. All right, so let's see. How about Alla Brinkley? Yay, Alla. You're my second winner today. So far I have Melissa and Alla. Congratulations, ladies. You guys can tell me in the comments which resource you would like. All right, so we have room for one more winner, so you guys keep commenting, okay? So this is probably my favorite part of this webinar today, and I love procedural writing. Procedural writing is so exciting. I don't know what it is about it, because I love to actually make the product with the kids and then we write about it. So there's a couple things that you can do for procedural writing. You can read 1, 2, 3, Make a S'more with Me. You can read The Little Red Hen Makes a Pizza. Dragons Love Tacos. The Giant Jam Sandwich, Let's Fly a Kite, which is perfect for March, Thunder Cake by Patricia Polacco, Armadillo Chili, which is really fun, How to Catch a Leprechaun, and If You Give a Pig a Pancake. So for all of these books, I have writing craftivities that I have made and created for the kids to write and to create. So, for example, I have How to Fly a Kite right here. And they're going to write the materials they need to make a kite. Then you can actually have the kids make a kite in the classroom as a science experiment, investigation, and see if it really flies. And you can talk about weather and wind speed. I mean, there's tons of things you can do with a kite. They can write about it. How to read a book. This one comes from There Was an Old Lady Who Swallowed a Book. So first, then next, and last, how to read a book. This one is how to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. You can read The Giant Jam Sandwich. They can write first, then next, last. This one is recipe for pizza. You can have them write the ingredients for pizza. You can even have, you could read The Little Red Hen Makes a Pizza. You could actually make a pizza in the class if you want to. They can make a pizza with you. That would be fun. You can also have a classroom transformation, and you can turn your classroom into a pizzeria, and they all wear chef hats. And you can put the red checked tablecloths on the tables. I mean, you can make it so fun for pizza day. And then you can write about s'mores. Now, s'mores is probably one of their favorite things, I will tell you. We did make s'mores already this year, and they had a blast. And so you just give them the ingredients. You give them the marshmallow, the chocolate bar, and then the graham crackers, and then they're going to make their sandwich. They're going to put it in, they're going to wrap it up into tin foil. They're going to put it in a baggie. And then I have a cart. I have a black cart that I put outside in the sun, and then they come outside. We leave it out in the sun for about a couple hours, and then they come outside, and we eat our s'mores outside in the courtyard. It is so fantastic, and it's so fun, so hands-on. And then we write about it, and we make this craftivity with s'mores. You can also make chili if you want to read Armadillo Chili. If you're a Texas teacher or you just love chili, you can make chili in your crock pot. You can bring a crock pot to school and put the cans of chili in there. You can put beans if you want to. You can put little hot dog sticks if you want to. You can add the Texas chips. If you're in Texas, you know what HEB is, and at HEB there are Texas-shaped chips that you can give them, and then of course you can put the cheese on top. So that is something really fun that they can write about how to make chili. So you can read Armadillo Chili. If you want to do thunder cake, I have two different examples of how to make a cake. So I have how to make a birthday cake and how to make thunder cake. So if you want to make the thunder cake ahead of time at home and then bring it to class, they can eat it. That's perfectly fine too. And then also you can have them make tacos. So if you want to read Dragons Love Tacos, you can bring some taco shells. You can bring the meat. You can bring the cheese and the lettuce, and you can make an assembly line. The kids can make their own taco. That is super fun. And then you can have them write about how to make a taco. That's so fun, so easy. If you want to do how to make lemonade, you can actually make lemonade with the kids. That is so fun. And then they can write about how to make lemonade. You can make pancakes. And I know our kindergarten teachers at school, they love to make pancakes with their class. They actually bring a griddle to the classroom, and they make the batter and everything with the kids, and then they pour the batter in their griddle, and then they watch the pancake, and then they eat the pancakes. So fun. So you could read how, if you give a pig a pancake. So fun to make pancakes. And then, of course, I have another craftivity here about how to make chili. So actually, I have Armadillo Chili, and then I also have how to make chili. So I have two separate ones, okay? Procedural writing is so fun, it's so hands-on, it's so engaging. The kids absolutely love it because they get to eat something. And that's the best part of the day for them. They'll say, "This is the best day ever." So, moving on to rainbows, because spring is coming up soon, and so I like to do some science investigations or experiments for rainbows. So you could read What Makes a Rainbow. a rainbow of my own, rainbow stew, a light makes a rainbow, planting a rainbow, how do you make a rainbow, when you see a rainbow, and the rainbow and you. And then these are some rainbow craftivities that are super fun. You can have them illustrate, put their name in the middle of the cloud, give them a big cloud to cut out, and I just hand draw the cloud. And then these strips, you can give them these strips of colored paper. They can glue the colored strips at the bottom of the cloud. And then on the colored strips, they can write different adjectives that describe themselves. Okay. However, you can do this with any activity. If you want to do it with math, this can be super fun with math also. You can give them, they can draw a number, they can write the number in the middle of their cloud. And then on the strips, they can show different ways to make that number. They can show the time, they can show the 10 frame, they can show the addition sentence, the subtraction sentence, they can show tally marks. I mean, you'll be creative. You can do a rainbow like this with anything. You can even do it with, you can just put rainbow here in the middle and they can write the word rainbow, and then they can write facts about a rainbow on the strips. I did this activity at the very beginning of school a couple years ago, and so my theme was rainbow themed. And so we read a lot of rainbow books at the very first week, and then I have all of these rainbows in the hallway, and then I have this cloud paper that I have up on my bulletin board. It was super cute. And then my title says, "Let Your True Colors Shine." And so this was a really fun getting to know you activity that the kids did with their rainbows, and they cut out different words that describe themselves, such as musical, creative, talented, friendly, athletic, artistic, funny, kind. So that's a really fun thing. But you can, the sky is the limit, actually, no pun intended, but the sky's the limit when you do this rainbow activity. You can do with anything. And if you're interested in this rainbow activity, you can click on the picture, and I have it in my TPT store. So mentor text for farm. Farm is so fun. If you want to do farm, Gail Gibbons has a farming book down here. That's super fun to read. Who Took the Farmer's Hat? That is super fun. Click, clack, moo, cows that type is so cute, so funny. Farm animals, the bootmaker and the elves. Meanwhile, back at the ranch. Mrs. Wishy-Washy's Farm. Oh, I love Miss Wishy-Washy. And The Big Red Barn by Margaret Wise Brown. Those are so fun. So I have a resource that goes with The Big Red Barn, and you can have them write how to have a farm, like what different things you need for a farm with the barn at the top. Or I have all the different characters of the animals. If I were a cow, they're going to write about what they would do if they were a cow. Or I have a horse, I have a pig, I have a goose, I have a duck, I have a chicken, a dog, and a cat. Or you can have them do a sequencing foldable. So a sequencing foldable is another really cool way to have the kids retell a story. And it's really engaging and hands-on. So you're going to take those big, large construction paper pieces that you have. You're going to fold them in half, hot dog style. Then on the front cover, you're going to cut 4 slits. And then you can have them glue these templates. So you're going to have them glue the title, The Big Red Barn at the top, and then first, then next, last on each slit. And then underneath the slit, they're going to have a picture of the first, then next, and last. And so this is differentiated in that I have the pictures already there for you, or I have blank pictures. So you could have them illustrate their own pictures. I have sentences already written out for you, or I have blank ones. The kids can write their own sentences. So it depends on the level, the writing level of your kids. It depends on what grade you teach. First grade and second grade can definitely color their own pictures and write their own sentences. If you teach kindergarten, you could also have them just do color the pictures that are already there and cut out the sentences that are already there. So these are the examples of what the sequencing foldable looks like. They are super cute. I love them. Let's see. Tamara says, I love these writing ideas. I've done the PB&J writing and the kids love it. Oh, that's great, Tamara. Alice says she would like the St. Patrick's Day resource. Yay. Okay, that's awesome. Melissa says, St. Patrick's Day resource. You're welcome. So glad you guys won. That's awesome. I will send that right over to you guys after the webinar is over. These are some interactive notebooks for farm. The big red barn has the sequence of events, first, then, next, last, and finally, and the story elements, character setting, problem, solution. And then here's an acrostic poem that you could have them write about barn. I also have an acrostic poem for each animal as well. And then barn counting 10 frames. So what you do with this one is, and inside the barn there's a number. So I have 5, 8, 6, and 10. They are going to show 2 different ways to make 5. So they can write the number sentence over here. They're going to color 5 dots, but they're going to use 2 different colors. So let's say they use 3 plus 2 equals 5. They're going to color 3 dots red, 2 dots blue. And then on the other side, they can do 4 plus 1 equals 5. So again, they can do 4 dots red and 1 dot blue. So they're going to show us 2 different ways to make the number. So I want you guys to think about, when is your 120th day? If you teach first grade, we have a 120th day celebration that is in the beginning of March. I think it's around March 5th or 6th or something like that. So we're going to, I'm going to show you some pictures of what we have done in the past. My team and I love to have different 120th day stations in our neighborhood. So we have a big neighborhood that is in the middle of all of our classrooms. And we have these different stations, and we get parents to sign up to work our different stations. And so this one is 120th day cup stacking. They stack 120 cups. This one over here is 120th day trail mix. So we have 12 different ingredients. They have to count out 10 of each thing to put in their baggie. So then they have 120 different things they can eat. And then they also write 120 reasons we love our school. You can give them hearts, and they write on the heart why they love their school. So that's a really fun bulletin board that you can have them make. And then over here we have Race to 120. You can have them roll a dice, one of those big foam dice. They roll a dice, and then you give them the little model horses. And then they're going to move their model horses on the mat according to how many numbers they rolled, and then see who gets to 120 first. Okay, up here we have 120 necklaces. So we give them the wagon wheel necklace, the wagon wheel pasta. We give them a string that they can string easily. And then we also have the penna pasta. And so the penna pasta acts as the 10 rod, and then the wagon wheel acts as the separator between the penna pasta. So they're going to string 12 penna pastas and 12 wagon wheels that separate each one. So they have a 120th day necklace. We have a parent that does the 120th day exercises. So they do 120 jumping jacks. They do 120 sit-ups. They do 120 push-ups. They do 120 leg kicks. I mean, there's a whole list of things that they do. They're super fun. Gets them up and moving around. Then we have 120th day hats. We give them these hats they can color. Now, the kids can dress up as a cowboy or cowgirl during this day. So if they want to make a hat, if they already have a cowboy hat on, they don't necessarily have to wear it. They still have to make one, but they don't have to wear it if they already have a hat on. And then over here we have 120 Lego pieces. They can build a structure using 120th day 120 Legos. So that's really, really fun. So this lasts about 2 hours because there's 10 different stations that they rotate around. We have a smart board outside, so we put a timer on. We have a slideshow that shows the kids where they have to go for each station. They have a headband, or not a headband. They have a bracelet on their arm that shows numbers 1 through 10. And the parents cross out the number of the station that they've already gone to on their bracelet, or they hole punch that number. So the kids don't go to the same number twice. So they have to try to go to all 10 stations if they can. So this is a really, really nice time filler if you guys want to have a celebration for 120th Day. We do this in the morning, and then in the afternoon, since it's Texas Day, in the afternoon, that's when I read Armadillo Chili, and that's when we make chili, and then we write about it. So it's a really, really fun day. This is Bump. If you're not familiar with Bump, I have a St. Patrick's Day Bump that's in my resource called It's Bump Time. So this is how you play bump. If you have kids, you have to have 2 players for this game, and then they have 10 snap cubes of each color. So they roll a double dice, and then they add the 2 numbers together. Whatever the sum is, they land on their St. Patrick's Day shamrock with that number, and they put the 1 snap cube on their number. If they roll the same sum again, they can stack their cube on top of the first cube. But if their partner rolls the same sum, then if they only have 1 cube on their number, their other partner has to bump them off, and then they get their cube. So the free space that you see in the middle is for 11 and 12, and then whoever uses up all of their 10 cubes first wins. Now, if they have already been bumped off, their partner can collect their cubes. Their partner cannot use those cubes. They can only use their own color cubes. For St. Patrick's Day, you can give them the St. Patrick's Day bump template that's green, and then one partner can have either yellow cubes, the other partner can have green cubes, or pink cubes, or white cubes to go with the theme. And then I also have these addition, subtraction, math mats in my TPT store. And by the way, everything that I'm showing you today is all in my membership. If you are interested in checking out my membership, I'm going to give you a link in just a minute so you can check it out. Everything I'm showing you is in the membership. So I have these addition, subtraction, math mats for each month and holiday. And they are going to use, for example, this is the pot of gold. Give them some gold coins and tell them you're going to make a story problem with 10 gold coins, okay? Then they're going to tell about their story problem. So one day, a leprechaun had 10 coins, and then he lost 2 of them. How many were left? So this is a good way for them to orally tell and tell their story, their problem solving using the gold coins. You can also have them do farm animals if you're doing a farm theme. I have a farm mat right here, so that I give them these farm animals. Then they can make a story using farm animals. That's so fun. So I teach them this during math workshop when we have our stations, and I teach them this one time, and then I switch out the templates each month in their math tubs, and then they already know how to play this game. They already know how to do it, but I just switch out the templates and I switch out the counters. So for St. Patrick's Day, for March, you can have rainbow erasers. You can have leprechaun erasers. You can have shamrock erasers. You can have gold coins. You can have plastic farm animals. I also have these cards in the resource that tells story problems. And I have addition and subtraction. I also have 3-digit addition also. So for example, it says there were 10 animals in the barn and 9 walked away. How many animals stayed in the barn? So then they can make a story problem using subtraction. Or for this one, it says my friend gave me 10 gold coins. I spent 5 of them. How many gold coins do I have left? So you can have partners read together the story problem if they can read the words. And then the other partner can build it. They can write the number sentence, and then they can rate each other. Give them a thumbs up if they're correct, or give them a thumbs to the side if they're almost there, or give them a thumbs down if they didn't get it at all. I always have the kids listen to each other, and they rate each other and give each other a grade. So it gives them an opportunity to listen to the other student when they're telling them their story. It also gives the other student an opportunity to teach their partner something. So this is a really great partner game that they love to do. Hey, Valerie, I'm so glad you're here. That's awesome. So glad you're here. Okay, so those are addition, subtraction, math mats that are in my TPT store. So I have a great big question that I have to ask you guys, okay? And you tell me yes or no in the comments. Do planning lessons give you night sweats? No joke. Are you tired of staying up late on the evenings and staying up late on your weekends planning for your classroom? How much time do you spend a week on lesson plans? I want you guys to tell me how much time you spend a week on lesson plans. Be honest, okay? So what if I told you that all of your lesson plans, materials, anchor charts, interactive notebooks were already made for you, and all you had to do was print them out? Well, guess what? I've got your back. No more night sweats anymore. So you guys, let me know in the comments, how much time do you spend lesson planning? That's like when you're at home, you come home from school, you're on the computer, you're planning out your lessons on the Google Slides, or you are printing out things to copy, or you're making anchor charts, or you're researching mentor text. I mean, that takes a lot of time. So I have some free cross-curricular lesson plans for you. It's all about spring. These are free, okay? So within the next week or so, I'm going to be posting a link in the Facebook group for you guys to sign up for cross-curricular lesson plans for spring. Okay? So Melissa says about 1 hour. Okay, well that's doable. Tamara says, I hate lesson planning. I probably spend 4 hours per week. Oh, goodness. That's a lot of time, Tamara. That is a really long time. But just know that I have a solution for you if you're interested, okay? So this is all about spring. And I'm going to let you guys watch a video real quick of these free cross-curricular lesson plans. And these are for reading, writing, math, science, and social studies. Hello, fabulous teachers. Are you ready to learn all about spring with your students? How about some free cross-curricular lesson plans that are right at your door? These lesson plans include objectives, suggested mentor text, anchor charts, skill cards, interactive notebooks, and writing activities. For Reader's Workshop, the objective is I can identify and write the main idea and details of a story. For Writer's Workshop, the objective is I can write a procedural story using first, then, next, and last using Thundercake. For Focus Poetry, the objective is I can visualize and create a mental image for my poem. For Math, the objective is I can count objects in groups of 10 with some left over using place value. For Science, the objective is I can describe what weather creates a rainbow. All of this can be yours if you sign up on my email list to get your free lesson plans. Let's take your classroom to the next level. Bye-bye. Okay, so I'm going to go over each part really, really detailed with you so you know. And if you guys are interested, I have put a link in the comments for my cross-curricular membership. It's a Kajabi link, so you guys can check it out. And I'm going to go over my membership in just a minute. But these are going to be the free lesson plans I'm going to post in the Facebook group within the next week. So lesson number 1 is about reading, all about spring. And then you're going to identify and write the main idea and details of a story, and you're going to use Thundercake. Okay? And then I have the interactive notebook, and I have the anchor chart. This is all free. Okay? For Writer's Workshop, they're going to write a procedural story using first, then, next, and last, using Thundercake. And then here is the procedural writing skill card that they need. And then you're going to have them make a Thundercake and write first, then, next, and last. And then here's the topper that they can use. Okay? That's really fun. For Math Workshop, it says I can count objects in groups of 10 with some left over. You're going to read What's the Place Value book. And then here's my anchor chart that talks about hundreds, tens, and ones. And then they're going to circle groups of 10 place value raindrops, okay? So they're going to circle groups of 10 and then count how many raindrops at the bottom that they count. For Science, it says I can describe what weather creates a rainbow. This would be a really good Fahrenheit Friday experiment you can do with your kids. Then you can have them read rainbows. You can read rainbows, and then you talk about types of weather. And then have them actually make the rainbow. The craftivity that I showed you earlier is in this free lesson plan. Okay? Or if you want to skip the freebies and go all in, you could have all of these engaging lessons already laid out for you in my membership. So in the spring lesson plans, I have written 48 lessons for a whole thematic unit. Guys, this is already done for you. It's got 48 lessons all about spring, but it's exclusively in my membership. So this is reading, writing, poetry, math, science, and social studies. So you guys can listen to this for a second. Hey, teacher friends. This is Kara Rickman from Create Your Balance with Literacy. Are you ready to learn about spring with exclusive cross-curricular lesson plans? These lesson plans include objectives, suggested mentor text, anchor charts, skill cards, interactive notebooks, and writing activities. Let's take your classroom to the next level. For Reader's Workshop, the objectives are: I can identify and write about main idea and details. For Writer's Workshop, the objective is: I can write a procedural story using first, then, next, and last. For Math Workshop, the objectives are: I can count objects in groups of 10 with some left over and compare numbers greater than less than. For Science, the objective is: I can describe spring weather that makes a rainbow and different kinds of clouds. If you sign up today for my membership, you will get a free book for your classroom. You can choose any of these freebies. All these lesson plans are exclusively available in my Cross-Curricular Connections membership. Let's take your classroom to the next level. Until next time, bye-bye. Okay, so like I said, those are exclusive lesson plans that are in my membership. So hey Debbie, I'm so glad you're here. Debbie is a member of my Cross-Curricular membership. So Debbie has already experienced all of these goodies in my membership, so I'm so glad you're here. So what is the cost? Level 1 is $20 a month. It is unlimited access to my 450 plus resources from my TPT store, plus new ones added each month. You have webinars that are added each month. So each new webinar that I give, I always put in my membership, because the webinars, the Facebook Lives only last for 30 days in my Facebook group, and then they're deleted, okay? You also have YouTube videos for each module, plus new ones added each month. You have exclusive lesson plans updated each year, and also they're great for substitutes. If you are on maternity leave or you're on disability leave and you need like a month's worth of lesson plans, those lesson plans that are in my membership are perfect for that. I also have my podcast, which is Teaching Cross-Curricular Made Easy. So that is level 1, which is $20 a month. If you're not satisfied with level 1 and you want to upgrade to level 2 is $25 a month. Now, level 2 has a lot of great things. So you have everything that level 1 has. You have the 450 plus resources that are in my TPT store, okay? They're all divided into modules. So each month, so I have a January module full of lesson plans, full of TPT resources, and that you don't ever have to search for anything ever again, okay? So for January, February, March, April, May, and then I have August, September, October, November, December. Every single month has everything laid out for you. I have webinars that I add each month. I have YouTube videos that I add each month. I have exclusive lesson plans for all the thematic units. The one that I just showed you the video of is already in there. You have courses, which are Math Workshop, Writer's Workshop, and Empowering Connection, which is back to school. Those courses are worth 6 hours each. Okay, so when you complete a course, you can get a 6-hour certificate, because I am CPE certified. So in Texas, we have to have CPE hours, and I'm sure in other states also. And so I can give you the hours that you need by just watching my courses, okay? So easy. I also have one-to-one coaching calls with you each month. We can connect, we can collaborate, we can celebrate good things happening in your classroom. So each month I've been giving coaching calls. I've given 2 coaching calls so far in my membership. I teach you something for about 30 minutes, and then the last 30 minutes we collaborate together. You can ask me questions about the membership. You can tell me celebrations, good things happening in your classroom. I like to know what you're teaching for the week, and so we can talk about that. If you need anything, I am there for you. I can give you suggestions for T-test goals. I can give you suggestions for mentor text. Like, Kara, what do I use for this skill? I want a mentor text for this skill. What do I use? I can help you find one, okay? I might already know something. I can give you interactive notebook suggestions. I can give you anchor chart suggestions. All that is in our coaching calls. And then, of course, my podcast is already in there. I have a podcast called Create Your Balance with Literacy. So if you guys want to follow my podcast, that would be awesome. Okay. So the membership includes these courses. There's From Scribbles to Stories, which is how to launch Writer's Workshop, Math workshop Magic, which is empowering K2 mathematicians, and then Empowering Connection, which is back to school. So the level 2 coaching call is going to be March 16th at 2 o'clock Central Standard Time. So Debbie, I know you're watching today, so stay tuned for that on March 16th, which is a Saturday, I believe. Yep, it's a Saturday. And so I'm looking forward to my third coaching call with you guys for level 2. Okay. Inside the membership, I always hear teachers asking, I need anchor charts for this and this and this and this, but I don't have time to make anchor charts. Well, hey, guess what? I already have them made for you. So for reading, I have 30 anchor charts. These are just some examples of anchor charts that I already have in there for you. I have a whole module that is all for anchor charts, guys. Okay. So this is the reading one. These are story elements. This is cause and effect. This is synthesis. This is synonyms, point of view, visualizing. Okay. Those are just some of them. Like I said, I have 30 of them. For writer's workshop, I have 21 anchor charts. For writing, I have what can we write about? You don't know what to write about? Just write from your heart. I have labels, how to teach your kids how to write labels. I have adjectives, adverbs, nouns, onomatopoeias, and those are just some of them. I have 21 of them in my membership. For math, I have 30 anchor charts for math. Okay, so here's the penny. I have all the coins. I have even, Steven, odd, Todd, odd and even. Time, place value, the story of 10, graphing. Those are just some of them because I have 30 of them in the module. And then 37 anchor charts for science. Oh my gosh, you guys don't ever have to make an anchor chart ever again. What is a scientist? Soil layers, the water cycle, plant life cycle, the 3 kinds of matter. I have some about the earth, the moon, the planets. I mean, you name it, I got it in there. So, and I'm starting to add new anchor charts in there also because I know that some of the TEKs, especially the TEKs in Texas, have changed. Social studies has 25 anchor charts for social studies. What is a community? Me on the map. Who is Abraham Lincoln? Who is Martin Luther King Jr.? All around the world, the continents, and let's vote for duck, grace, or teacher. Those are just a couple of them, but I have 25 anchor charts in my membership for social studies. So the total value of the membership is $500, okay? But you get the membership at $180 and a free book for your classroom if you sign up today. If you sign up today, you can get a free mentor text. I will mail it to you, okay? So level 1 is $20 a month. Level 2 is $25 a month. And after 14 days, if you're not satisfied, you'll get your money back. And guys, I have a special offer for you today. If you sign up today, you only get it for $1, okay? So I already put a link in the comments. It's called Cross-Curricular Fun, Cross-Curricular Membership. It's a Kajabi link. If you click on the link in the comments, and you will see that each membership is $1 for 1 week. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. That is so amazing, okay? You get 1 week, you get 7 days for $1. If you don't like the membership, you can cancel. No strings attached. It's fine. But you get 1 week to look at all the things that you get in the membership. You get to look at the resources. You get to look at the anchor charts. You get to look at the interactive notebooks. You get to look at all of the webinars that I've given. You've got all of that at your fingertips, and you don't ever have to research. You don't ever have to look online. You don't ever have to spend that much time planning again. Guys, it's a lifesaver, okay? It is a lifesaver. So click on the link if you're interested, and I would love to have you join. If you join today, you get a chance to win a free mentor text. So after you register, I'll give you some choices, okay? Then I will mail it to you on Amazon. Okay. Wow, what a great deal. And those mentor texts are going to be themed with spring. Okay. So I have some choices that you can look at. So, all right, we're going to go ahead and pick a third winner. We're going to pick a third winner. And let's see. How about Tamara Mans? Yay, Tamara. Okay, so my 3 winners today were Melissa, Ella, and Tamara, okay? So congratulations, ladies. Y'all let me know in the comments. Y'all let me know which resource you would like for free. You get to choose the St. Patrick's Day writing craftivity, which is How to Catch a Leprechaun, or you can choose between the Texas symbols research and writing, or let's write about Texas symbols if you're a Texas teacher, or you can choose my St. Patrick's Day Writing Center. Okay, so let me know in the comments what you would like, and I already know what Melissa and Ella would like, so that's great. I just need to know what Tamara would like. So if you need PD hours today, I can give you a certificate that looks like this. And it's Cross-Curricular Fun for March. It's a 1 hour of credit. I have my CPE number on here. And that would be awesome. Just let me know. Message me in the in Facebook Messenger when we're finished. Let me know if you would like your hour certificate. Okay? So thank you so much for joining me today. I love you guys so much. Please invite your teacher friends into our Facebook group, okay? I would love to have more teachers in our Facebook group to share the wealth, okay? Invite them in. Tell them about my free webinars that I give each month. That would be amazing, okay? And so I hope you guys have a great week with your kids. Enjoy your kids. Have fun. And I will see you later on in March, all about cross-curricular fun for April, okay? So until next time, let's take your classroom to the next level. I love you guys. Mwah. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.